Hello, thank you for tuning in to this training video regarding the Mission Control Checklist Board. The Checklist Board is an interactive Kanban board that allows you to quick add checklist items, update and manage your existing checklist items, sort your checklist items by pick lists, update your checklist item owners, and access chatter as well as log time and create filters on the checklist board. Let's check it out. The checklist board can be accessed from a few different places, the first being the project overview component, which can be viewed from your project record. The second place that you can view your checklist board would be the checklist board tab in the top navigation pane. This will show you all of the checklist items that you have within your system unless you filter down to a different set of criteria. Right now, with viewing my checklist board within this project overview component, I am only viewing the checklist items that are related to this project. Let's check out the checklist board tab. Similar to the whiteboard that holds actions for your projects, the checklist board will hold your checklist items. Starting from the top of the checklist board, you can quick add checklist items by selecting Add Checklist or by filling in the Add Checklist Item option under each column. You can manage the column heading. This will be different pick lists available on the checklist item object, so if you would like to add custom headers, then you will need to create a pick list field on the checklist item. If I wanted to select which of the pick list values are being shown on the checklist board, then I can select the heading filters and deselect or select which options I would like to view. You can also summarize a field on the checklist item. This is going to be the number that is displayed under the column header. Currently, it is showing the total hours remaining for the checklist items that I have assigned. Next would be the option to filter your checklist board. So this is going to be similar to the whiteboard filters. You can create a saved filter by selecting New Filter in the Preset Filters field, selecting the items that you would like to filter on, then selecting Save, which will allow you to populate the filter name. After populating the filter name, select Save. Now anytime you want to filter for Henry's checklist items, you can select that within the filters. You can also filter for keywords on your checklist items, your checklist item status, related item fields, or the checklist item starting or ending dates using the date picker at the bottom of the filter list. Once you have selected the item that you would like to filter on, the filter icon will now have a cancel button to the left of it, which will allow you to remove the filter that you've selected. Next will be the settings icon. This will allow you to change and modify the view that you have on your checklist board. If your settings have been overridden within the control pad, you will no longer see the setting gear on your checklist board. When making changes in your settings, this will only affect your user and will not update for other users. Unless this has been overridden in the control pad, it will then be managed there for all users. You can select how you would like your card to be viewed. There is a compact or a detail view. The compact view will only show a few fields at the top of the checklist item. The detail field will show all of the fields that you have available. If you select both, you will be able to expand and collapse your checklist cards. You can also select what you would like to be set as the default, if you want all of your cards to be expanded, or if you would like them to be compact and only expand the checklist items that you're wanting to view. You can also control the board features that are available on the checklist Kanban. So if you don't want users to add checklist items or quick add checklist items from the column headers, then you can disable this. You can also disable the role tab that is available on the right, which we'll discuss once we get back to the Kanban, as well as how many checklist items are viewed, the project colors, color reference where this is being sourced from. And you can also move into card fields, so what you would like displayed on your checklist item cards and the icons that you would like displayed on the cards as well. Lastly, you can also sort the cards in your checklist board. You can disable the use of Kanban priority order as the initial sorting value and select which fields and how you would like those fields to be sorted, so ascending or descending order. Once you've made the necessary changes to your checklist board, make sure to save. And now that I've added that I want both of the compact and the detail view to be available, I now can see the expand and collapse buttons on my toolbar. As mentioned, we are going to check out this roles tab, which will allow you to quickly update roles that you have assigned to the checklist item by dragging and dropping. You can see that this contact technical lead checklist item has now been updated to Ida. You can also filter the roles that are available within this tab, but by selecting the funnel. You can save preset filters or filter for existing roles. You can also filter by skills, proficiencies, and teams. If you have images populated on your Salesforce profile, these images will also be shown within your roles tab. So your checklist item cards will have an image populated on them as well. Let's go ahead and expand a checklist item card to view further details. You can do so by selecting the arrows. If you would like to expand all, again, you can use those buttons in the toolbar. Right now, I am seeing the checklist item name, the related action, milestone, and project, as well as the start and end date and any hours that are assigned to this checklist item. As hours are scheduled, these fields will update, as well as the log time summary in the bottom of the checklist item card. I also have the ability to navigate to the chatter feed related to this checklist item, as well as its related action, milestone, and project. I can raise an issue against this checklist item, so selecting that button will open the issue manager. I can log time from here using the log time symbol, which will open up the standard log time modal. This will automatically relate it to the checklist item and action that it's related to. And then finally, I can view the record detail for the checklist item by selecting the eye icon, where I can edit or delete this checklist item. Another thing to note would be the end date warning symbol. So if you have a checklist item that is overdue, you'll see that this end date warning is red, meaning that it's past a day or so after the end date. If you are nearing the end date, you will see a yellow icon, and if the checklist item is not scheduled or to be worked on, then you won't see any symbols. You can see here I have a issue logged against this checklist item, so I also see a summary of the issue related to this checklist item. Thank you for tuning in to this video on the checklist board. If you have further questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out following the links below. Please feel free to check out more training videos on the aprika.com website. Thank you.